views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program host and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by TCN TV Network Incorporated. Due to the social nature of this broadcasting channel, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. The TCN TV Network claims no rights to the said content. TCN TV Network cannot be held accountable for the copyrighted content. TCN TV Network is a messenger and sharer of information and strives to verify but cannot warrant the accuracy of copyrights or completeness of the information on this program.
Welcome to Shaping Life, where we dive into the possibility and the understanding that we have the ability to take control of our health and wellness. And I'm your host, Trish Curling. So today we're talking about pushing our limits. And I mean this in a way that is, in a way that builds character and discipline and confidence. And when I think about pushing our limits, I think of my guest today. So I want to welcome you, Dechaine Farrier.
Hey guys, how you doing?
So Dushane is a sprinter, personal trainer, and owner of Powered by Fitness. And we're going to talk about all of those things today and dive in a little bit into some of the crazy stuff he's capable of. So if you check out his Instagram, and we'll show you where to reach him later on in the show, but when you check that out, you'll see, man, this guy is definitely pushing his limits. All right, so Dechaine, I want to talk about a little bit about your background, but tell me, just tell me about who you are. Introduce yourself for us.
So I am a kid out of Scarborough in Ontario. I grew up being very athletic. I ran track at Neil McNeil High School in Scarborough. I took my education to the next level. I went to university. I ended up getting a scholarship at University of Alabama.
Excellent.
So
amazing.
yes, for track and field. Track and field was extremely a big part of my life. It's so important to me. I went through a lot running track, so I know how to train. I know how to just sacrifice certain things and get to where I need to be in order to be successful. So track was a big part of my life. It helped me get to where I am now, being a personal trainer and being having my own gym. So
that's amazing, and I want to dive into all of that and some of the sacrifices and all of that. But let's take a look at the first Instagram clip of you. I think you said that they don't call you Black Panther for for no reason. So can we pull that up?
Oh yeah, man, this was.
Explain yourself, Dechaine.
I was thinking that day. You know what? I was in the gym. With one of the ladies that worked for me, Catherine, and I was like, I want to squat on the wall. She was like, what do you mean squat on the wall? I was like, I want to be able to squat on the wall. So I just went on the TRX. I was really scared. That's why I had the mat right there, just in case it fell or something like that, or it gave. But yeah, I'm always trying to do new things in the gym. I'm very wild, I'm always trying to reach my limit.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And that's why I said, this topic today is perfect for you. So.
Yes.
I had to bring you in. So you talked a little bit about your background. Let's kind of flash back to that a little bit. So you, from Scarborough, you started out in track. Was this very early? Did you know you were interested right away?
Yeah. Well,
what happened?
I was always fast. When you have older brothers, you're always racing. When you grow up in a predominantly black neighborhood, you're always racing somebody. Someone always wants to say, I'm faster than you, you know what I mean? So I've been always racing my brothers. I've always knew I was fast. It's just when I went to high school, I had a really good coach named Al Bajent. And in grade 9, I already knew I was the fastest. You know what I'm saying? I was very cocky.
Okay.
But he was like, you're going to have to work at a certain point. If you're in high school, you're going to have to train. I never trained for my first 2 years. I never really trained. I just came to practice. I just did my thing, And then I took my first loss. I want to say in grade 11.
Oh wow! And how did that feel?
It hit me hard. I was really pissed. I was so mad, and because this is it. You're gonna have to train now in order to be a champ. This is what champions go through, and And from that day on, like my whole outlook on track just changed, you know, like it was so hard.
Right. How important is that? I mean, the coaching that you get, right? I mean, as kids, you can come in and, like you said, you have that natural ability,
right?
But then you get that guidance, and it just changes everything. So that's really cool.
Yeah, coaching is a big part in a kid's life, especially when an athlete. Like coaching will take you from here to literally here.
Right.
You have to have the right coach,
right?
You know, because it takes a really strong-willed man to kind of like, you know, mold you and mold your mind. Your mind is very important as an athlete. Very,
absolutely.
very.
And so talk about some of the highlights from your track career.
Oh man, right now I have a friend. He's the fastest Canadian right now in Canada. His name is Aaron Brown.
Wow.
And we were going head to head in high school.
Wow.
Like head to head. And this is the first. Actually, that's him right there. It's my boy right there. That's him right there. We've always been going head to head. Yeah. So in high school, it was a big showdown. 2 kids from Scarborough. They're the fastest in Toronto. Yeah. And I remember he had the fastest time in the heats.
Wow.
And I ran slow in the heats. Mm-hmm. Like I was like the 4th fastest time going in the final. And I was so mad that day. It was like a big crowd this was at U of T. Mm-hmm. And yeah, man, the finals came and the gun went off and I slipped off the block and he was way ahead of me and I chased him down and I ended up leading him out to get the win. I think that was that was one of my biggest moments in track in my high school career, like for sure. That was one of the most memorable. And then, you know, just running in university, there was so much memorable moments, but you know, so many. But that one in Toronto was big because to win it from the home crowd was
absolutely. Crowd must have erupted.
Oh yeah, man, it was crazy. It was crazy.
So you mentioned a little bit about some of the sacrifices you had to make. So let's talk about that because I mean I think that ties in so much into the ability to push your limits, right? Some of the sacrifices that you do have to make. So talk to us about that.
So when I was on the Canadian team, like I sacrificed obviously having girlfriends. You can't really go out that much. When your body's taxed and you're tired, you can't do extra activities. You can't go to the club. You can't go out to eat. Like you can, but like not, you know, 10 o'clock is like bedtime for an athlete. You know, you need that 8 hours. That 8 hours is key.
Right.
Just those simple sacrifices, you know, like a lot of my times my friends would call me like, "This, you gotta go out. I'm like, nah, you know, I got practice in the morning. I gotta be up and you know, it feels to be tired through a workout. Like it sucks. When you're sleepy, it's not a good workout at all. It's like you wasted your day, you know? So those little small things added up to bigger things, you know?
Right. And how did you deal with that being a young guy? I mean, you know.
It was tough. Yeah. I was honestly, I missed a lot, but I don't regret it.
Good.
Because I am where I am because of those things, you know?
Right. Amazing. What advice, though, would you give to your younger self?
Oh, man. Less girls.
I like the honesty,
Dushane. less women. They're always gonna be there.
I love it. Hilarious. And I think I asked you to, or actually we didn't get in. You kind of talked a little bit about the demand for the training, but can you get into a little bit about exactly what the training was like?
For track or?
For track, yeah. Or what else? I don't know. Tell me what else.
Training for track, honestly, is extremely tough. I mean, you go through different phases. You go through your strength phase, then you go through your tapering phase. But the basis is the toughest. Like you're running the long distances, you're doing the hill training, you're doing all the long distance running, and like you're just vomiting and practicing. You're telling yourself like, why do I even run? Why? Trust me, you get a lot of those type of practices. But you know, those type of practices have kind of made me who I am. Like now when I train in the gym, it's like nothing. Like a hard workout in the gym is like, I call it baby food. Like it's nothing compared to what I went through in track.
Right. Okay, that's amazing. And so tell us, were you at any other events? Like what else did you do? Was it just sprinting or did you do
sprint? I just did track when I was in university because when you're in university and you're on that scholarship, you can just do that sport. They in the US, they don't play around when it comes to that. They do not play around.
And you were in Alabama, is that right?
Yes, we won the SEC championship. So if you follow track and field, yes, that was my team. That was one of the. We actually tied the record there at Drake Relays. My school hasn't won that meet in years, but we had a really good squad that year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Impressive. That's great. Okay, well, let's close off right now because I want to get into. We've talked about some of the highlights. But in the next segment, we're going to talk about some of the challenges that we face. So
there's a lot.
So see you soon on Shaping Life.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. May your dreams all come true. Happy birthday to you.
We refuse to promote, report on anything negative in the community.
So welcome back to Shaping Life. And let's just take a look at that for a moment. Images like that can make it look like it's all glory, but we know that in life, it's not like that, so whatever we're doing. So, what are some of the challenges, Dechaine, that you would say that you have faced? I mean, your track career, your in business, or just even in life, if you want to share.
Oh man, being a young black entrepreneur, there's a lot of challenges. Just finding a gym space was tough. Like getting a gym, like when they interviewed me and my co-owner.
Right.
Two black guys want to get a space. It's like you could see, like it was so challenging. Like we had to go through so many kind of like loopholes, and it was like challenges. Like it's like, man, like I just want to get the space. Like I have everything prepared. Like why can't you just give me the space? It's crazy. How many things you're slapped with, like, oh, you gotta do this. I'm like, what? We just did that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's honestly crazy being a black owner, business owner. It's actually really tough. Like, I used to hear, I'll watch shows and stuff and hear like other black business owners talk about it, but like, it's really challenging.
Absolutely,
like,
absolutely.
My neighbors still don't talk to me.
Wow, still. And you guys have been there for
like 2 years.
2 years.
The neighbors haven't spoke to us. Like there's like 7 businesses on our left and other like maybe 4 or 5 on our right.
Wow.
They don't talk to us.
Wow, that's crazy. And I mean, we're gonna talk about it later, but I mean, you guys have such a good energy there. I mean, you can feel it, and you can see, you know, how well people do, and your energy alone. Like, we've only met once before this, so look at that. There's the gym right there.
Yes,
I mean, come on.
yes.
Obviously, there's some good work going on.
Yes,
there.
for sure. Put in that work, man. Put in that work.
So you mentioned you're the co-owner. So do you want to talk to us a little bit about your other half?
Yes. So my other business owner is Yusuf Wong.
Okay.
And he's an older guy. He's not old, but he's like a couple years older than me, you know?
Listen, older, Dushane, slow down. You're what, 29, 30? Older guy.
Yeah. So this is about 35. So he has his 2 kids and he has a family. So he gives me that kind of, foundation I need, level-headedness.
Nice, yeah.
I'm kind of the wild guy. He's the level-headed guy,
Right. And so, some of the challenges you faced, yes. What about your clients or the people that you coach and work with? What are some of the things that they bring to you that you now have to be that coach?
A lot of clients, so I deal with a lot of women. A lot of women come in, they naturally feel insecure about their bodies. They naturally feel insecure about themselves. And then they're just mentally, they're not strong. Mentally, they come in weak. Like, so you have to kind of not baby them, but you have to kind of encourage, and you have to start small. Say those small things to encourage them, and then build them up. Once they get over, like they have a goal. Let's say I want to lose 15 pounds. I make them lose 15 pounds. Now the confidence starts to get out there. They start feeling better about themselves. They can wear the clothes they want to wear. So now they're mentally getting like they're seeing themselves in a different light.
Right.
You know how it is. You have to coach them to that level, and now when they reach to where they want to go, their mindset's changed.
Right.
So now you have to focus on telling them like, now how are you gonna handle that?
Right.
People are saying, oh my God, you look so good.
Yes.
Like it's different. It's different. When a person's lost like 30, 40 pounds, it's a big thing.
Absolutely.
It's a big thing.
It is a big thing. And, it's funny because, that's what pushing limits is all about.
Oh, for
right?
sure.
And how that translates into everything else. So where do you see, I mean, some of the changes? Like, look at that already. Like, there's a
Yes.
huge change in that client of yours there. That's crazy.
Yes. She actually lost, I want to say, about 42 pounds there.
Wow, 42 pounds.
Yeah. She was a big transformation for me. But you know what? She put in the work, and she was at first very insecure. I always tell her, like, you're beautiful. Like, don't worry. Like, you know, like, you're gorgeous. You're putting in the work. Like, people are seeing it. Don't worry what other people say about you. You have to love yourself. Right. I always tell her that you come first before anybody else does. That's right. And she started to get that. And when she started to kind of buy into our program and, you know, just those small little things, her body just started like transforming. Right.
And like, again, mindset and attitude and all those things, that become important.
Oh, for sure.
Pushing, right? So you talked about how you kind of coach them, like, get in a little bit deeper for me. Like, tell me exactly, like, the ones that maybe say, I want to quit. I don't think I can do this. Like, what do you do to turn that around?
Oh, man. Well, first of all, I have to sit them down.
Yeah.
And I ask them, what is your main purpose of training? Why did you want to come to me in the first place? Well, I wanted to lose weight. Okay, so then why do you want to quit? It's hard. What do you mean it's hard? Of course it's going to be hard. You're going to be a brand new person. This is a big change.
Right.
It's supposed to be hard.
Right.
If it was easy, obviously everybody would be doing it, but they're not. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I always tell them, like, you chose me as your trainer, and I'm taking you as a client, and I take it personal. Like, I want to help you.
Right.
And I never let them quit. There's times when they want to, though. You know, for sure. There's times when they want to. And I'm like, listen, man, like, a lot of people are probably counting on you. You paid me already, too. And
that's the other thing.
you paid me, and I'm not gonna waste your money.
Right.
I know how hard it is to give someone $1,200.
Right.
I want to change you. I want to change your lifestyle.
Right.
You know, I've had the times when I've cussed clients, and I'm like, you can't do this. But at the end of the day, they always thank me.
Of course.
Because I cannot. Sometimes I can't be easy on them. They get to a certain point, and then they want to fall back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, no, we're not done yet. We have more to do.
Right. And this is, I think, what is so important to understand about, you know, getting to that point of understanding that you can push. It's getting around people like yourself, whoever whoever's in your environment, your close environment, to continue to push you in that way, right? Because sometimes we see things in other people that they don't see in themselves, and vice versa.
Oh, for sure. Right? I agree.
So what's your process then like? So when you're training, so tell us about your programming.
Okay, so usually when I get someone, it depends if they're overweight or they're trying to gain weight. My overweight clients, I always condition them first. My method's a little different. Like, I get them in shape.
Okay.
I don't even care about the weights. The weight, you won't even really see weights for the whole month.
Okay.
I get you in shape. I get your lungs better, because my philosophy is, if I get you in shape, then lifting weights is going to be easier.
Right.
It's going to be easy versus you lifting weights and trying to get into shape that way.
Right.
I like my track and field method. I have to get you in shape. I got to get your lungs going first.
Right.
And then we started hit the weights, and now the reps are high because you're in shape already, so it's going to feel easy.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
So that's my process with my overweight clients. Because my clients are trying to gain weight, the process is completely different. They eat more, they lift, they don't even do any cardio.
Yeah, let's talk about that. See, I think I'm not sure if it's up yet. Right there it is. Yeah,
yes.
Perfect timing.
Yes.
This is, because training and pushing limits and all that isn't always about weight loss, right?
Yes.
And getting in the weight room isn't about weight loss all the time. So talk to us about this client.
Oh, it's my client Tina. I actually met her. It's crazy. I met her, I want to say 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. She actually came to the gym and tried to model these waist trainers.
Yeah.
And I didn't know her, but like, she was so skinny, and I was like, oh, you're modeling these waist trainers? You got no waist, you know? Like,
where are you going with that?
Yeah, where are you going with that? And then coincidentally, she hit me up like a month ago, and she said, I've been struggling with my weight. I want to gain weight. Do you think you can help me? And I was like, oh, for sure I can. So, man, I put her on a program to gain weight. She just lifted weights. We're just lifting weights. That's all you're gonna do, and you're gonna eat.
Right.
And
look at that.
That's what you
crazy.
see from that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And that too, I think people think that, again, that it's all about weight loss, but people are insecure feeling this way too.
Oh, for sure.
I feel underweight, or you can't see my backside, in my
jeans
or whatever.
That's a big thing in our community. You know the girls in our community. They want a big back.
Exactly. So it's nice to see that you're servicing so many different kinds of people, and and fulfilling their needs.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think we're going to end it off here, and we're going to come back to talking about exactly what pushing limits means to you. I want to get dig into your mind a little bit there.
Okay, no worries, we will.
We'll see you soon on Shaping Life.
All right.
At Benjamin Law, we understand the real cost of personal injuries. As the victim of an accident, you may be the one who's physically hurt, but your main concern is that your family are the ones who will pay the price. Benjamin Law will be there for you, helping, supporting, and working tirelessly to resolve your personal injury case. Call 1-855-899-4878 or visit benjaminlaw.ca and let our family of lawyers help your family.
With so many newspapers within the community, it's sometimes hard to tell what separates us from the rest. Most of the time, they all brag about the same thing. You know, the large circulations, tons of online views, and it can go on and on. But what really separates the Toronto Caribbean newspaper apart from everybody else? Well, it's simple. Our service. No, seriously. Hi, I'm Grant Browning, founder and CEO of the Toronto Caribbean newspaper. I have over 20 years of branding and marketing experience, and I've worked with countless companies and corporations to do one thing, and that is to raise their profits with their brand. With over 40 years of combined experience in branding and marketing, our amazing staff is fully prepared to sit down and figure out exactly what you need to stand out from your competitors.
The reason why you don't see that anymore is because
the ad is too powerful, bring too much people.
So what are you waiting for? Give us a call today. We'll be happy to help.
Oh, okay, with Tina. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
this is
yes,
the same
yes,
girl.
yes,
Okay,
same
yeah.
one.
So this is just an example of you working with, just how you coach, your style. You're so hands-on.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important thing to talk about as well. There was also something I wanted to show as well with you in your training, if we can find that. But while we're looking for that, let's talk about exactly. Oh, here we go. Look at this madness.
Yes. That was actually really tough.
Like,
yeah, that was tough to knock.
Basically, my mouth is wide open when I'm seeing these things all out. I'm like, Dechaine, what's happening?
Honestly, I really like pushing my body to the next level. I like challenges. I like to know that, oh, this is hard. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing it until I get better at it, till it just feels easy.
So you know what? Even though I was gonna get into something else, I gotta ask you, somebody who doesn't have that drive, because sometimes we feel like, it's natural for you, it's innate. But some people think, oh man, like they might see that and think there's no way, like I don't have the motivation there's no way I can get there, or I can't even start, So how do you kind of turn that mindset around?
Honestly, it's the small things. It's a build up. Like, let's say you wanted to do 20 push-ups, but you can only get to 10.
Right.
Okay, how are we gonna get to 20? What's your plan to get to 20?
Right.
Maybe I should do 10 push-ups a day. Maybe I should try to do 12 push-ups a day.
Right.
So if you obviously start doing, repetitive reps and sets,
right,
it starts to get easier.
Right.
You notice when you get to 20, you're like, oh, I'm at 20?
Absolutely.
That wasn't that hard.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me try to look at 30. Let me try to look at 30. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, it's always the small things. There's a small buildup. I always tell people, don't try to go after the huge things first.
Right.
Let's just try the small things. Let's get small goals, and then obviously just reach a big goal.
Exactly.
To me, that's the best way, especially when it comes to fitness.
I couldn't agree more. You're thinking, oh my God, I can't even. Some people, think I can't even walk around, do a lap on my street.
It's true.
Once.
Yes.
And it's like, it's okay. Just get out the door.
Yes.
And walk out to the end of the driveway.
Exactly.
And just do that.
No, it's true.
I think that's so important to say. And I want to talk about just overall, like your idea of what pushing limits means, not just in life, period. Yeah.
Oh man, I think pushing limits means a lot of things, and it's a lot of different aspects. For one, I never thought I would own a gym. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. I never thought I was gonna own a gym.
Well, I got to tell you, I was impressed. Like I mentioned before, we met once, and when we met, I was like, this guy's like 12 years old, and he owns a gym.
Yes. I never thought I was gonna own a gym. It's crazy.
I was like, that's amazing.
Yes.
I was so impressed and so happy to see that this young Black professional owning a gym. I thought that was great. So I'm proud of you, brother.
It's crazy. You know, it's true. And the thing is, it's like if Yusuf actually was like, Dechaine, we have all these clients. We might as well get a gym. I'm like, a gym?
For real?
I'm like, for real? Like, you think? I'm like, it's a lot of money, though. You know, like,
yeah.
You know, he's like, trust me, it's a small sacrifice, but you gotta look at the bigger picture.
Right.
You know, and like I said, him being a little older than me, he knows. Okay, he can envision it. I'm trying to envision it, but it's not there. He's like, trust me, it's gonna pay out. It's gonna work out. You'll see.
Right.
And I'm like,
yes.
I'm like, fine, okay, let's do it. You know. So.
And look at you now.
Exactly.
And you know, you said 2 years you guys have been there.
Yes.
And yeah, we're gonna look at some things later on with the gym and the environment there. But I think that's crazy. So expand a little bit more. So the gym business, you said, okay, pushing limits there. You didn't think you could do it, you did it.
Yes.
Anything else? Can you talk about anything else in life?
I want to say, actually, you know, like getting to school. I never saw myself going to university.
Okay.
Like my high school coach would talk about, you know, like you could be the fastest guy, but you could also be the fastest burger flipper out there too. So decide decide what you want to do. You know, when you get to grade 12, you really gotta sharpen up and fix up. And I still didn't see myself honestly going to university, but then like, you know, my grades were coming in. I was like, oh, okay. I could do this, you know, but it's crazy. Like as a kid, like a lot of my friends didn't go to university. So it was kind of like, it wasn't like a thing, or it wasn't like in my mindset to go to university, but I love track so much. And I'm like, the next level is university in the States. Like everyone's going down south. And I was like, I want to be a part of that. And for me to be a part of that, I had to take school serious.
Yes.
You know, and school wasn't like it wasn't on my priority list. When you grow up where I'm growing up, like it's not like a big thing, you know, but I took it to the next level. My friends actually really were supportive of me. Like, it came to the point where they're like, Dush, you're outside, like go inside, go read a book. But you have to go to university. So it was one of those things where I had a really good support system. But when I actually got my scholarship, it was like, wow. I'm actually going to university. This is crazy.
Isn't it unreal when you see these things show up in your life?
Yes.
From just making a decision.
Yes.
Right? These decisions become these amazing, it feels like a miracle.
Facts. No, it's fact. That's facts.
Yeah, it feels like a miracle in the moment, but then you've done it.
Yes.
Right?
I agree.
I think that's amazing.
Yes.
I think that's great. And so we talked about some other areas of your life as well. How do you balance everything? So, I mean, you're a young guy, you're training yourself, running the business.
People ask me all the time. Because I don't sleep that much. Like I sleep, like a good sleep for me is like 5 hours.
Okay, yeah. And do you sleep hard, like a good hard 5 hours?
Yeah, like when I sleep, you can't reach. If you call me, I'm not even turning on. I'm like, listen, I need to sleep.
Right.
It's crazy because when you have a big network, you're always going here, there.
Yeah.
And it's like you always have to support someone that supports you. I feel like, like
exactly.
They just came to my event. I gotta go to their event. I know what people say. Dechaine didn't support me. I'm always going to his stuff, but he doesn't go to mine. So I'm always on the go. But I will say, I'm turning my Sundays into my me days.
Good.
My Sundays are like, don't talk to me.
Right.
I just want to be lazy. I want to just lay there. I don't want to move. I want to eat, and I just want to sleep. Yeah, and my Sundays are my me days now.
That's good. I think that's so key, right?
Yeah,
the balance between like that push and that energy, because you need that to get to the next level, but then you also need to fall back.
Yes.
And you know me, I'm a yogi, so I'm all about the balance.
Yes, yes, for sure. No, for sure. What's crazy too? You're talking about challenges. Yoga is actually really challenging.
Yes, it is.
I did one yoga class and I was struggling holding some poses. I was like, this is really tough.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is not interesting because a lot of people have that, that misunderstanding. Like, you're just like, relaxing and stretching.
No, man. No, man. Yoga's tough. I got a strong guy like me.
Exactly.
I was like, I'm tired. Are we done yet?
Say it again, Dushane. Exactly. A lot of people know.
Yoga is no joke.
No joke. Yeah, absolutely. And I think, I don't know, is that the first time you tried it?
Yes.
Yeah. When did you do it?
I want to say I did it. I want to say like about a month ago.
Okay. Yeah. That was your first time.
Yes.
Okay.
It was really like my clients are like, Dechaine, you're struggling. I'm like, yeah, there's no shame in my game. Like this is tough. this is tough. There's like these poses. I was like, yo, this is tough.
The thought and I think it for me, it adds so much to the training.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Because
for
of
sure.
that, right?
Oh,
Because
for
you
sure.
know that you have to be so focused and every little piece is so intricate. And not that lifting isn't like that, but it just brings another dimension, I think.
Oh,
and it
for
just changes
sure.
everything. So I'm glad you tried it out.
Yeah, I had to. I you know what? I told my clients. I told them every Sunday I'm gonna give them like a free yoga class because I feel like
Nice.
everybody needs that like day of recovery.
Absolutely,
you know? And
absolutely.
So it's
Recovery.
Yes. Well, for me it wasn't recovery. For me, but for them they enjoyed it. They loved it. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
You guys deserve it. You can take this. I'll give it to you guys.
I love it. Well, we're going to come back on Shaping Life and we're going to talk about a little bit about his gym. So we'll see you soon.
All right, guys.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. May your dreams all come true. Happy birthday to you.
We refuse to promote, report on anything negative in the community.
So let's take a look at this.
Yes.
Late night.
Yes.
So are you on a specific training schedule, Dechaine? Like, do you say,
This point of my life, this was I think 2017.
Okay.
I think so. And I was actually going to Ajax to train because I had a little link. I was going to the gym for free.
Right,
I had a little link, so I was like, why not? I'll take it. So I was going to the gym about 12 o'clock and leaving about 2 o'clock.
Wow.
Now I was working out for about 2 hours, but after the combos get juicy.
Right.
You're just in there, the boys are in there, you're just talking it up.
Right.
And I just love that atmosphere. I live in Scarborough, but I was like, I don't mind going to Ajax or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
And my cousin came from Atlanta, and he was like, yo, we could go to the gym. I'm like, yeah, we can go to the gym for free. Let's go. So we were there like every day, and
man.
I like we're training in the nighttime. I'm in a different headspace.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just me in the gym.
Yes.
I don't gotta talk to nobody.
Yes.
I hate to work out and people are talking to my ear.
That is me all the time. So you'll see me all the time with my headphones
Yes.
like this because
Yes.
that means don't talk to me.
Exactly. I hate that. Unless it's a serious workout, I
Right.
can work out with somebody. But if it's like a talkie, no, I'm not into that.
Absolutely.
Not into that. Not into that.
And then let's talk about your gym again a little bit more. So you already said you've been there for about 2 years.
Correct.
What's the environment like? I know that from what I see, I've never been, but
Right.
from what I see and gather online, because you can feel the energy. I can
Yes.
see that people are.
If you like a gym that's very charismatic, that energy is high, family orientated, it's obviously predominantly black, but we're Caribbean based. Like I love my gym. My gym is how I envisioned it. It's how it is.
Okay,
Very high energy. Everyone's welcoming. Everyone's like always telling you hi.
Right.
You know, so I think that's how my gym energy is for sure.
I love that. That's so nice. Like, look at that. What a great picture of you guys.
Oh man, that was a crazy soca pump class. That was crazy. That was crazy. I actually enjoyed
soca
that.
pump. Talk to us about that.
So there's a soca size class, and I watched their style, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. Whoever owns, I forgot the lady that owns it, but she's doing a really good job of how she does it. But I wanted to do it a little bit different, and I actually had one of my friends and I kind of instruct it. And it actually went really well.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
okay.
she did the dancing part though.
I was going to say, come on, Dechaine.
Yeah. I can't do all that. You know what I mean? But she did the dancing part. I did the exercise part, and it blended up really well.
Nice.
So for my first, I was like so nervous.
Yeah.
I never get nervous, but I was like, man, this is women, and like they're not gonna play around with this dancing thing. So you gotta be on point. Yeah. It was actually pretty intense.
And I know that you said you mostly train women.
Yes.
Are there a lot of guys that are starting to come into the gym at all? Or?
Guys are slowly trickling in, but every time I go out, guys say, "Dush, I gotta get ready for you, man. Like, I can't just come see you.
I gotta get fit first.
I gotta get that is the main line. I gotta get fit first before I see you. I see your Instagram videos. Like, I'm not trying to get killed in there. You know, I'm like, bro, I don't care what shape you're in. Just come in the gym. But that's the line all the time. I gotta get in shape first before I see you. I'm like, what?
I always find that so interesting. It's like, no, that's why you come.
To come, you're gonna have to get in shape anyway.
Right. I wanted to take a look at, hopefully we can find Denise, because she did a really significant transformation.
Oh, yeah, man.
Very recently in your gym, and she looks incredible. So if we can find that, but talk to us about Denise anyways. What did she come in with?
Oh, man. Denise has been one of my clients. She's been with me since another gym. She's been with me since, 2017.
Wow.
She came in with her.
Look at that.
Yes.
And I know she's a model. She does commercials and
huge
acting.
confidence.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, my
Beautiful
gosh.
girl.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's been with you for a long time.
Yes.
Okay. And what's happened recently? Because these are some big changes recently.
Yeah, I remember the first year Denise was working out, and honestly, I always told Denise after the first month, I was like, I didn't think you're gonna come back. You know, but she came back second month, and I was like, oh, sign up again, huh?
Yeah, all right.
She's like, yeah, I like this class. I was like, all right, you know, and then she continued that for that year, and she lost some weight that year, and then the second year, she lost a little bit of weight, but like I know her eating wasn't that great. She would still eat, like, you know, like she hasn't bought in it yet.
Yes.
And then the third year, her eating was like it changed, like big time differences in her diet, and she started to come to all the classes because she's missed a few last year, but this year she hasn't missed a class.
Wow, incredible.
And when she comes in, she puts in 100%. Like she's always with a smile on her face, like, "What do you got today?" You know what I mean? And man, her results show. She puts in some real work.
Good for her.
And she's always been confident, but now her confidence is like,
oh man, that's great.
That's because she's she can't fit her clothes anymore.
Right.
A lot of her clothes are so small in her. She's like, I love going to shop.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. I asked her the other day, like I think last week, I was like, are you mad that you have to buy spend money on new clothes? She's like, no, I love it. I love shopping. Exactly. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Cool,
you know?
Exactly.
Cool.
Oh, good for her, man. That's amazing. I want to also talk about, because you do some community outreach too, and
through Denise, actually.
What's that?
Through Denise.
Through Denise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
excellent. All right. Talk to us about that.
So I told her, like, I know she has she works for, I think, an organization where they hand out food to the elderly and people who can't afford food.
Is it Meals on Wheels?
Yeah, Meals on Wheels.
All right. Yeah.
Right.
There you go. So that was tell us about that.
Man, honestly, I was going almost every other Sunday. Honestly, I like gringiness. I like to go to like places where it's tough and it's rough.
Yeah.
I like to give food out and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, I feel like it's important to give back, especially when you're in a position of some type of power.
Absolutely.
And you know you're benefiting from people. Like, I feel like you should give back in a way.
Absolutely.
And I go out there. Like, sometimes I was like, oof, this is kind of rough over here, but I don't mind, you know. Like,
right.
But it's crazy because when you give back, it puts you in a different mindset. When you see how some people are living in Toronto.
Yeah. Oh man, Dechaine, you're not lying. Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and it just when I go back on my drive home, I'm like, yo, I'm really fortunate.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Absolutely.
You know, like to see some people like they're not living good at all.
Right.
You know, so I never take things for granted.
Yes.
Especially after those experiences, like I can't.
I love it. I'm so glad that you guys are doing that, and like you said, that it gives so much. Even though you're giving, it gives so much back.
Oh, for
to
sure.
you, right? How you
for
feel,
sure.
And you said just like gratitude piece. I'm very big on that, and so when I saw that, I was really impressed. And,
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. You also recently had a big event called is it All Black event?
Oh yeah, that was litty. that was litty.
tell us about that and what that's all about.
You know what? I've always wanted to have my own club event.
Okay.
I've always wanted to have my own event.
Right.
And everything, all my ideas, like my big ideas, I go through Yusuf first. And like Yusuf's always like, I don't know, but I was on him like, yo, Yusuf, if we have an event, I'm telling you, it's gonna be lit. so he bought into it. He was like, you know what? If you find a venue, I'm all for it.
Okay.
He's like, I'll give you this. If you can find a venue, we'll do it.
Right.
I'm like, all right, cool. Say no more. So I found a venue within the next day, literally. I was like, listen, I got a venue. I want to do this event. What's up? And he was like, okay, all right. He's like, all right, young gun, we'll do it.
It's on. Wow, look at all the people. That's great.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like the whole of Scarborough was in there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a really good. I was actually happy. Like people came dressed really well.
Yes.
You know, I always talk bad about Scarborough. You know, they can't dress and stuff. So they came out. They came out looking dapper.
Out.
Yeah. Oh, they did. They did.
Nice.
They did. I was proud of the event. There was no violence. There's just everybody was happy. Everyone was in a good mood, and I was actually I was proud of myself.
Absolutely. And again, how all of your training, discipline, all those things, belief in yourself, the confidence that we're talking about how pushing your limits builds confidence, about, planning an event like that, something that's outside of fitness, outside of your comfort zone.
Sure.
Right. So I love it. I think that's great. What advice would you say you would give to, a young, I know you said you work with a lot of women, but, maybe young boys that are looking up to you, young men that are looking up to you and thinking, I want to do that, or I don't know how, or maybe they're on a path that isn't necessarily conducive to achieving what they want to achieve.
I would say don't ever be afraid to ask questions.
That's great.
I've learned that in my field, because I feel like our field is still young in Toronto, like the personal training field. Like there's not a lot of black owners. There's a few. There's not a lot. Some people won't want to help you just because they're not where they want to be, and then some people will because they're a charismatic person. They care about the younger generation. Don't ever get discouraged if you ask someone a question and they don't really want to tell you because someone else might tell you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Always. Listen, when you're a brand and when you are who you are, you always have to know yourself and know your surroundings. And you're a brand 24/7. So how you act and how people perceive you is big.
Right.
It's a big thing in business. And I always have to remind myself that, like you can't get mad in public.
That's right.
You can't because it's so yes. I seen that guy and it's a wrap.
Absolutely.
Image in our industry, image is everything.
Absolutely.
And you always have to remember that.
Absolutely. I think that's really key. I'm so glad that you said those things. That asking questions is huge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And, like you said, just how you behave outside of what you're doing. So in your outside life, outside of your professional business. So, great key points. Anything you want to leave us with today, Dechaine?
Thanks for having me here, guys. I appreciate that. It's another blessing to be here, having you as a host.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you're young and you're watching this and you want to be a personal trainer, pursue it. It's a very rewarding career. You see where I'm at, so you can get here too. Sky's the limit.
I love it. Thank you so much for being here, Dechaine, and thank you for sitting down, talking about your experiences, and sharing some good knowledge for everybody to take away today. So
thank you.
Hope to see you next week again on Shaping Life.